Let me start off by saying that I think one of the reasons people don't like to talk about aliens and UFOs and stuff like that is because once you admit that that is real, check out the cat. Once you admit that that's real, then you're confronted with having to have a larger perspective. Because if we're real and they're real, then what are we inside of? Anyway, I'm sitting here today with LQ. What's your name?
LQ.
You make LQ designs also.
I am known as LQ.
She does make good jewelry.
Those are my initials, not some silly name. There.
Now, how do we get this camera on both of us?
That.
We're already
That's good.
All right, cool. We're already better than PC. I can't say the name of the ones that interrupt people. You know, the bad interviewers that
yeah.
is popular on the UFO scene.
Uh-huh.
See, I'm already starting beef with other alien UFO buffs.
That's him. I'm staying neutral.
The initials PC. You know who you are. You interrupt people. You don't even let people talk. You know? All right. So what are we talking about here?
Today we're talking about...
Why don't you close this one?
I made a comment...
and keep in mind we have like probably 8 minutes left.
I made a comment while Ivan and I were talking about how all knowledge that we know today, with every day that passes, is becoming more and more obsolete. And that everything that we think we know is changing. And I think that's 100% true. And the sooner people begin to remember that, because it is a pretty basic thing about our reality, that it always changes. That's the true nature of this reality. The sooner we can actually start moving forward, moving with this reality instead of going against it.
Okay, but basically what you're saying, here comes the cat. Basically what you're saying is that knowledge keeps changing, knowledge keeps becoming obsolete. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially the way the norms are, like, a lot of basic physics principles, for example, and biochemical principles, and then also theories that keep biochemics...
Don't let it get complicated.
No, it's not. I'm just saying theories that separate biochemics, physics, and electromagnetism. I mean, but I'm trying to also tie all of those to consciousness as well. Because those are all connected, actually. All of those things I just said.
Okay, but before you were saying that knowledge keeps changing and knowledge gets obsolete and scientists say things and then maybe those things turn out not to be true.
Right.
You know, so like there's some people that don't even know it yet, but they're still living in a pre-Copernicus mindset.
Totally. Explain that pre-Copernicus?
Well, what did Copernicus discover?
What is he I can't remember.
He's the one that discovered that it's not the sun revolving around us.
Oh.
That, us.
We revolve around the sun. Or that's what they say. That's what led us into this conversation.
So, there's people that now think that, because they're in a post-Copernicus mindset, that they have ultimate knowledge, just like people in the pre-Copernicus mindset thought that they had...
Because we keep opening a door and shutting it, and forgetting that there's another friggin' door in that room, and it's not the one we came in. There's more like 5 more of those doors.
How would you describe me? My behavior.
And your behavior?
Or how would you describe me? Like, yeah, go ahead. I have a lengthier question, really, but I'm afraid the tape's in the wrong.
I feel like I'm going to take up time thinking of the perfect word.
What do you... When you guys are doing your thing, what am I doing? That's what I'm getting at.
Ivan allows things to flow. Ivan is flexible.
I can do splits. That's how flexible I am. I want to shout out PC again.
Splits with his mind.
I didn't forget about you.
You go with the flow, and you be.
I just said I like them, like under my breath. That's not true. I don't like them. I don't have hate for them. I'm just saying, you and I and Brett agree on the larger picture of things, but there's a
Okay.
lot of little things that maybe we don't see
There's
eye to
little
eye on.
stuff, right, where we're all still figuring out.
And where I'm going with this is that, like last night, for example, you said that you're gonna stop calling them guides. They're
Right.
more like
My family.
okay.
Because when I'm having telepathic transmissions with beings from many different realms in the universe, including the one that my source energy comes from, and I converse with them very often, and many psychics and other people refer to these beings as guides or angels. And it's totally cool to call them that too, because it's just a way of identifying something, of acknowledging it and knowing and saying, yes, it's there, and it's so there that I'm going to call it something. But they really are. I mean, as I've really deepened my interface with them and fully become present with them, like I'm present here with Ivan, I've really begun to realize that calling them a guide is silly, because they are so reflective of us. We are them and they are us, and we're all one and the same. And they act towards me as if they were my family. So, it's more, and because we operate in a universe of free will, they really aren't telling us to do anything. They're simply holding up a mirror to us and saying, this is you right now. And simply by doing that and making people more self-aware and allowing us to hear our higher self and the multiplicities of our higher selves, we all become one. But it's a family. It's a family unit of unconditional love and support.
In the interest of time, because we probably really only have
Yes.
like 2 or 3 minutes left, and then we have to make another video.
Right.
My point is, just like in the physical world, knowledge keeps changing.
Mm-hmm.
Things keep changing in the spiritual world.
Oh,
where
yeah.
maybe, so hold on a second. So let's just say somebody met you today,
Mm-hmm.
and the Lindsay of today no longer calls them guides. But if someone met the Lindsay of 6 months ago and you were calling them guides,
Right.
they're meeting a more evolved Lindsay.
Totally.
And
Well,
and
different. Yeah.
But here's where I'm going with this.
Uh-huh.
You
It's a process of tuning. That's what I call
tuning.
it.
I like
Yes.
that. Tell me where I got it wrong.
No,
You know how like a lot of times I say that I've experienced certain things, but I don't really talk about them because
Uh-huh.
I want people to have their own organic experiences.
Right. Yes.
So I'm trying to make sense of it still myself. So like the way often, like a lot of times I have epiphanies,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, I feel like the aliens that are out there, a lot of people talk about why don't they contact us? Why don't they contact us? And the reason is because they're observing us and they're waiting till we get to the right point. It's like two soulmates that but one of them is like has some kind of issue going on.
Right.
You
We're
want
totally
them,
not ready yet.
But you want them to come whole.
Right.
You don't want to meet America, Russia. You want a new world order, and you want to meet one planet. You want to meet Earth.
Mm.
You want to
That's
meet
interesting.
Earthlings. You don't want to meet Russians and Americans and Guatemalans, and everybody has different agendas. There has to be one planet coming together, because if they're real and we're real, what are we inside of? I think we're cells in one giant body, personally, but
Food for thought.
so is pumpkin ravioli. Is food for thought.
Yeah.
I'll let it get awkward, dude. Even if we have nothing to
I'm
say, I
stretching.
want to be a star, so I'll just chill. You know?
What do you want me to talk about? What I think the universe is?
I don't think we have any time left. Let me see what's going on here.
Yeah, we gotta stop the video. It's at 9. I'm good.
It's at 9. I don't know what the limit is. It's probably it.
You should stop it. I know we should. We put up videos of the light circle, and people are like, they love what what was spoken of there.
So I'm just saying maybe the Lindsay of like 9 months or 3 years from now,